studio, our Zoom room. Powerful ladies that have been trailblazing District 74's first club to be submitted to Toastmasters International. I'm sure you want to meet each and every one of them and find out how did they do it and what can we do to do the same. I'd like to start off with the division director, Liza. Dear Liza, welcome to our Zoom studio. Please tell me, when did you discover there was something brewing in your division? And how did you get attached to this project?
Good evening, Granny B. Thank you very much for inviting me to this Zoom room. Yes, I discovered late last Toastmasters year that there was something brewing in Division Z, a club for young people, university students, exciting times where we have young people being groomed to be better versions of themselves. This is exciting, and we're also excited to be the very first division to submit our papers to Toastmasters International.
Well done on that, dearest Liza. And then I would like to move over to Brenda. Brenda, I believe you are the area director and you are going to be the mother hen nestling that little chick inside your area. How does it feel?
Thank you, Granny B, and good evening, everyone. It actually feels great as I am starting this new journey, also getting to learn more about the club. Of course, I heard about it and I saw the adverts and everything, but by that time, I didn't even think of joining the meetings or following up what's happening. All of a sudden, it's in my area. So I believe it's gonna be a challenge, but I'm willing to learn. So I'm waiting to get more information and to get to learn about this club and of course then the thing.
You know, each one of the area directors have been given this commission to start a new club. And not everyone has this potluck. Not everyone found the end of the rainbow like you did, dear Brenda.
Yeah, that's true.
Tell me, how did it feel when you discovered there's actually a club chartering in your area?
Well, it's exciting news. It feels good. I already to know that I already have something that is brewing and it's only waiting for me to pick it up. I think it's a good start for me. Thank you to those who organized this and continued to work on it even after their term.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. And so all that's left now for you, dear Brenda, is to keep on checking. Keep your eyes. What did they say? Keep your eyes on the KPIs. And that's your KPI, a new club forming. Okay. And now
thank you.
Wonderful. Now I would like to go over to our two sponsors, Future Moyo and Angela Bussy. Please, well, I want to welcome you to this stage. And maybe if I go down the alphabet, because how do you decide which person to go first? So let's call on Bussy and ask, Bussy, how did this come about? And what did you do? What is your part in this new club?
Thank you, Granny B. It's an exciting time. I love the fact that you're starting with A. However, the brainchild, the one who roped me in, was actually Toastmaster Future. Exciting times it has been. Therefore, for good order, I will let Toastmaster Future go first. Over to you.
Well done on that. So let's put the spotlight on Toastmaster Future Moyo. And now you can answer that question and tell us, how did this happen? Where does this come from?
Thank you very much, Granny B, for the opportunity and also inviting us to be part of this exciting segment. We are so happy with Coach Wusi to have at least worked with the team to bring this new baby that will fall under Area Z2 and that will also fall under Madam Division Director Liza. So we were towards the end of the year, we few students, university students, that wanted to be part of a Toastmasters club. And then there is an organization that mainly focuses on helping students with school fees or university tuition, if I can say. So it helps students with tuition. So they wanted to find a way on how best they could add value to the students. And they approached me. When they shared with me that they wanted to add value to the students, how best could they do this? I then quickly proposed Toastmasters to them. And initially they wanted to plug in the few students that they had to different, then having the conversation with the sponsor or the person who is really the brains behind the organization, I then encouraged them to say, let's have a Toastmasters club specifically under your organization, and you will carry the legacy because you're having something that you will also look into the future and also have an opportunity to touch the young university students. So I looked around to say who can I work with, who can connect to this, and I found out that Coach Busi has so much passion for the young children or for the university students. So I approached her, shared with her the idea to say we have an opportunity to create a university club that will focus mostly on empowering students who are currently at university to work on their leadership skills as well as their communication skills. With me and her having had that same vision and also connecting to the vision, we said we will do whatever it takes to support them to bring it to life. So when we started, we're saying, you know what, we wouldn't mind, at the end of the day, what is more key is for the university students to have a home. So we wouldn't mind setting up our successors for success. Even this club, when it launches in the new year, it's still good. It's all good because we know that we are setting up our successors for success. And then we made sure that we nurtured them, the lead. We had our first launch event last month around the, Musi, would you remember the day? Would you remember the day when we had our
16 June, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, on the 16th of June last year, we had an amazing launch event that was well attended. And we're also privileged to have the current district director being part of our event. And we then continued with putting the paperwork together and also nurturing the leads and making sure that we get to charter strength. And yes, the day before yesterday, all the required paperwork was done. And in terms of the numbers, we've eventually had our 20, and we made sure that the papers were sent through, working closely with the sponsor.
Well done on that. And thank you for bringing us just a quick synopsis of how it went and how you handled the situation. One question, you've handed the papers in and there is payment due. How will you be handling the payment? Because I know in Zimbabwe, there are some difficulties, and maybe this is a good opportunity to just close off this segment by telling us, how can you guys work and process the payments easier?
I would say right now we use Visa cards. So the organization, the sponsoring organization has a Visa card, and they're going to be paying for all the students. So in terms of the handling of the charter fees, the new member fees, as well as the dues, the subscription, the 6-month subscription. The sponsoring organization is going to handle that, and we are using the MasterCard for the company.
Wonderful. If you had to give a word of advice for anyone starting a club, maybe there was some difficulty you came across, and maybe I should move over to Busi to answer that question for us and say, Busi, in this process of starting this club, was there anything that you would say, this is a top tip I would like to give somebody when they start a club? Please share with us your top tip or something that's significant for anyone on this journey.
Thank you so much, Granny B. And the top tip I would have, what I looked at and saw worked as we were working with this, is having a group of like-minded people as your core. So these were students, and with good things, you evangelize. So it was very easy for them to be able to go out and say, we have found a good thing. So one person told the next person. The good thing about Toastmasters is when you have people absolutely focused on what it is they want to do. Here we're talking about people who are in school and they're getting an education, but we know that education alone is not going to take them to the promised land. Communication is key. And when we communicated that to them, I believe that they saw the benefits of why Toastmasters would help them in whatever skills they're going to have received from their formal education. Therefore, it's just really putting the why behind why people should join Toastmasters. Then it doesn't become just a box to tick. That would be my top tip.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And with that, I am going to put us on gallery view for the last time. And there, with that, I would like to say, ladies, thank you so much for joining us here in our Zoom studio and for your part in sharing on how you started your club and how you discovered there was a club starting around you and how you are gloating in the success of others. And truly, success is in the succession. And I do hope that you continue building into the lives of others. And with that, from our Zoom studio all around Africa, we greet those of you that are watching. And ladies, you can now wave, greet, and say goodbye as we close off this episode of Celebrating a New Club.
Bye, everyone.
And how do we close it off? What is our 2023 song? Some of you might not know it, but it goes like this. Smedley, Smedley. Can we all do it together? And Smedley, Smedley. Some of you might not even know what that means, but you will find out when we celebrate it. Thank you all the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.